Okay, let's go see what's going on around the United States and around the world. Actually, we got this earthquake down here, South Carolina, 2.0, zero point 0 miles deep. That's right on the surface. Like shaking the surface. It's coming through Tennessee. Now, here's the thing: we got this one here. That's 2.3 Tennessee, and a 1.9 around Missouri. Now, here a little bit ago, like I was trying to tell everyone when I was on here daily, and the channel went down because of lack of views and support, of course. But this this over here, the east, is going to be just as bad as the west. I tried to explain that before. Now you can go on there and search, and they have a red alert up through here. The Appalachian mountains, the ridge, the mountains that comes through under me right here, around me. Well, I'm in the Appalachian Mountains actually, but this here has rose so much and at a rapid speed. The whole mountain has rose all the way into Tennessee. This has uplifted, and they can't figure out why, because it's been asleep for so many years, millions of years. It's supposed to be stable. If you search, you'll see what I'm talking about. It has been rising in the past year or so. Well, not the year or so, but the past few months. Just a little bit ago, like a couple months ago. I'm not sure when. I'd have to go back and look at that, but it did. It rose. It's uplifted, more like it. Yellowstone coming down through here. You can see how it's still got that activity. Utah, I tried to, explain too that I was seeing something new over here right before I went off the air. Utah, down in through here, down through the desert. It looks like that Utah, south of Utah, right here, the Grand Canyon is trying to wake up. So I was explaining that on it trying to wake up when I went off the air. But I didn't get to look more into it because some sites I have to use is only mobile, and they have to have OneDrive to download to the computer, all kinds of stuff that you have to have. Mobile apps, you got to pay for some of those. These here are public. But I'm talking about like the Ghost 16, looking at the magma and stuff like that. Now, look here at the magma. We go down here in between Washington and Oregon. Look what a hot spot we have out here. That is huge. But now I can't look deeper because I don't have the equipment that I need, and I don't have the sites that I need, mobile sites, and the OneDrive that I need, stuff like that. But it's only like $10 a month for the OneDrive, but I can't afford that, so I don't have it. That's just facts. But here around the volcanoes, Mount St. Helens, Mount Rainier, I explained the other day, this is a weak spot. And if the Cascadia down through here, when it slips, one side is going to slip first, just a little bit before the other side. So if the top half slips first, it's going to come right down through Seattle and right down the Ring of Fire. But we have a 2.6 or 7 over here around White City, I think. Let me see right here. See what this is. 2.4. Okay, I lost my spot where the dog was barking. I had to go out there and see what's barking at. Okay, up here we was looking for a 6.0 or greater. We had a 6.0 again over here in this area. Now this plate is coming across, and over through here we had some activity the last few days. So this has been moving. Cascadia is still in danger of moving, but like I was saying, I lost my spot a moment ago. But this north side, if it slips up here first, if that end starts to drop first, it will come down through here the worst. But if this end starts to drop first, it'll come down through California the worst. But it'll all be affected, and it will set off like a chain reaction of volcanoes down through here. Either way, no matter which end it hits first, and there will be a huge tsunami no matter where it hits first. It's just the top end, it would come down through here and set these volcanoes off worse than they would the bottom end if it slipped here first. One end's got to start to drop before the other end breaks loose. I mean, it's common sense. But anyway, the 6.0 and greater we was looking for, got a 6.0. We got another one coming. This one could be a 5.9, but it should be another 6.0 or greater because this one wasn't big enough. There was too much pressure being seen for this just to be a 6.0. Should be like a 6.5, 6.8, something like that, close to a 7 maybe. That should have hit. So we got this going on, which we did. We have got a lot going on in different areas that we haven't had going on. And we had this activity come across through here last night. If I was to fall down, but I just move it across. 4.3, 5.1, and over here is a 5.4 around in Russia, east of there. But anyway, I thought I'd bring that stuff to your attention that looks like it's waking up down here around the Grand Canyon. This here is starting to fork off a little bit down this way, the earthquakes, when it should be going up the ridge. So there may be something blocked right here around this area. So that could cause anything to go on back this way. And we are getting the uplift. Like I said, if you don't believe me, just look it up on the internet. The Appalachian Mountains uplifted in the last little bit. So many centimeters, quickly uplift, not just a slow uplift. So it's coming to pass. Everything I showed you, I'm not the best in the world. I don't claim to be. But the earth will show you signs, and everything that the earth showed me that I told you will come to pass. Even though some of it's going to be really sad, it will come to pass. Like down here, might not be directly on the fault, but it's right through here somewhere. Big quake later on. I don't know when, but it'll have to happen sometime or another, which we did have some 6.0s down here, and that would release some of the pressure. So I would have to look into this to make sure that it's still building and still, getting ready to drop before I can make it accurate, because we did have some 6.0s down here. So I can't say for sure about down here, but the Grand Canyon looks like it's waking up. And one more thing, Las Vegas. You remember we was looking at this, and I was showing on the Go 16, and when I had the other stuff, I was looking a little deeper. Could see the magma coming toward the surface. I was thinking that this may be a caldera. I always admit when I'm wrong. I was wrong about that. It's not a caldera. It's sinking. I had it wrong. I never thought about sinking. Las Vegas is trying to sink. Just like it, why is it sand? I mean, there used to be water come through here. The ocean, and there used to be water come through here. All this used to be nothing but water, so, it's sinking. And that's why we're saying the magma coming toward the surface. It wasn't the magma coming up, it was the earth going down. It's still there, I'd say. I ain't had a chance to check it, and I can't look deep right now anyway. But right now, later on, I'm not saying I won't be able to, but later on, I might try to take time and try to get the stuff back that I need to do this. It's just the economy's so down right now. It's hard to do. So we'll do it when we get to do it, and that's all we can do. But I will try to look deeper into what was going on, the Grand Canyon, down here, the San Jacinto. We got a little bit of activities trying to come down the fault, but you can see that it's trying to fork off because we got something blocking down through here, and it's causing all the activity to go down the San Jacinto. But anyway, that hot spot up here I was showing you, that's a big hot spot, and that shows earthquake activity, but that can move on down. Now, the thing about it is on that, when we see a hot spot, we got to look and see if it stays. If it stays just a little bit, one or two images after the first image, If it pops back up the same image, then it's going to go on right there in that spot. So that's why we need to keep an eye on the GO 16, and we need to really get to look back down into the magma like we used to, because it's important. The magma moving down through here is what causes earthquakes and stuff to go on. The faults, the coming around continents. I mean, they have to, it all goes together. You have to have that to get accurate reading. And over here in Florida, it's like limestone. They say, well, there ain't no earthquakes in Florida. There's nothing ever going to happen in Florida and this and that. Well, it's a continent just like everything else. The limestone stops after so far up. And where that limestone stops and the dirt, the soil changes, that's where the end of the continent is. Now, each continent has magma going around it. There's no way out of it. Magma has to go around it because that's where the land, like this one, moves over here and crushes into this one. It's going to have the magma going around it where it's put together, because that's a solid piece, that's a solid piece. This would be weak and this would be weak. You put these two together, you would have a magma line going all the way around it, because the crust is pushing against each other, causes friction, melts the rock, causes magma. Then it starts flowing like a river. That's how that happens. Anyway, I've kept you on here too long. I'll holler at y'all. I'll see you all in the next updates. And everybody stay safe, and I'll try to watch this the best way I can. I'll see you next time.